Welcome to another episode of Meet Me Outside. My name is Kunal C, Arora, and here we are with Dennis Rooney and Bruce, of course.
What's going on?
Buddy, man, you know I love to send an angry email.
I've seen you draft them.
Yeah.
I've seen the consequences of them. I enjoy the whole thing from top to bottom.
Yeah, I send an email to my building
Uh-huh.
because packages have been getting stolen.
And someone needs to address
Someone
this.
needs to address this, right?
And in the whole building, that job is you.
I don't like your tone.
Well, no. I just mean that, like,
Yeah.
you're probably, if the building had a contest
Sure.
to write an angry email that's going to get something done,
Right.
you're the man for the job. Don't take this the wrong way.
I mean, what way should I take it?
That you're a nagging Nancy.
Yeah, okay, all right, yeah. You know what? That is a great compliment.
You're a Karen.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
No, well, you're caring about the building.
I hate you so fucking much.
Listen, if packages are going missing, that's a big deal.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a big deal.
So then and also it's the front door's not locking.
Oh, really?
That's the issue.
Oh.
Yeah. So I send an email. I got pictures and stuff like that. And the pictures are time stamped. And I go, listen, man, this has got to change. Somebody was murdered. Not in our building, but like in general.
You're just like, I heard that someone got murdered in New York City in the past year.
That's not that woman who got followed into her building was murdered. And
I did see that.
right. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, what is and so I'm telling Dina about this, and she goes, and now she's like concerned.
Uh-huh.
She's like, did you copy me? And I go, yeah, of course. And she's like, well, I don't want them to take this the wrong. I go, what?
Well, wait, she doesn't want him to take it the wrong way?
Yeah, she doesn't
Meaning
want
what?
to. She doesn't want to make it like because I have such an attitude
Uh-huh.
that she doesn't want to get involved with my behavior.
She doesn't want her name on
Sullied.
your style of complaint.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So she didn't even read the email.
But she knew, though.
She knew.
She knew. She knows the types of emails you're capable of writing.
Right.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how sarcastic, like how, what's the word? Condescending were you in this email?
Man, I can't tell anymore. I can't really tell. And I don't really care, to be honest.
Right.
Door doesn't lock. I did say legally we are entitled to a locking door.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I wasn't making shit up there.
Uh-huh.
So I said that this matter should be kind of handled.
Now, when you say the door hasn't been locking,
Yeah.
you mean like it's not locking ever? Like anyone can just walk in? Or you've noticed certain instances where you walk up to the door and it's just, sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not.
It bounces open.
Okay.
So it's like closes, bounces open, and then stays like wedged open.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
that weird shit. Mm-hmm. So I was like, man, something's got to change here.
Yeah.
And they were not like, and she's like upset at me for running her name through the muck.
Well, I mean, also, once
Also-
you sign your email, I'm sure you're putting like number whatever your apartment is, you know, 3G.
Right. Yeah,
say.
sure.
And like they know who's in 3G.
Right, of course. They know who it is. They've gotten several emails.
I wonder if she immediately sent an email on the sly to them,
Yeah.
being like, where you're not attached, and it's like, listen, my boyfriend can be very crazy. He's a little dramatic. No one's getting murdered.
I'm going to tell you right now, he's on medicine.
I'm the one who's been stealing packages. I got a good thing going. I can cut you in if you promise to keep that door open.
She's got a whole network happening. She gets in on it with the super. They're all been doing this shit. I find out it's her.
The Dina crime syndicate.
Yeah,
and
right.
now you gotta you have to pretend not to know, but now you gotta take her down.
And truly, this becomes the long cycle of the relationship. This is how we spice it up.
This is a Netflix series, if I've ever heard one.
Right, I know. What a sad situation our relationship has reached. You know what I mean? Whatever happened to just having anal sex? But whatever.
Whatever happened to that?
Whatever happened to that?
Went out the back door. That's where that went.
That's right. Well, okay. All right.
Okay.
So,
what time do you send this email in the morning?
We're talking like maybe
Is it pre-coffee or post-coffie?
2 sips in.
We got to get the day started, man.
right.
There's things to do.
I walked the dog. I came back angry. You ever come back heated and ready to start the day?
Yeah. I've been there.
Exactly. So I was like, not going to let this happen. I don't let this slide. And what I don't like is she's like, you could run. You're like, I don't know how it came off. And I feel like it's not good for the reputation or whatever. Not reputation, but like she's afraid that we're going to come off as complainers.
You don't want to be the apartment there's always something.
Right.
But you guys have been here a while.
That's what I'm saying.
How many emails have you sent?
To be honest, lost count.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. You really send like multiple emails a year?
Multiple emails.
Sometimes you just check in, be like, I'm watching you guys. Just so you know. I know you haven't done anything wrong this week.
I'm just quoting Rockwell. but I'm just making it my own. I got a feeling that I'm watching you.
So you already are complainers, it sounds like.
No, I am.
How many emails has Dina sent?
Maybe like 2.
That's a good ratio.
That's a good ratio. Yeah.
You might have sent too many.
I do not give a fuck.
What's the smallest, dumbest thing you've ever sent an email over?
There's no hot water in the washing machines.
How can you tell?
Because I pressed the hot water button and no hot water.
But how can you tell the water's not hot on the inside of the machine? Are you like letting it get mid-cycle and then you open it up and stick your hand in real quick?
No. When the laundry is done and you can open the door, you can feel if the clothes have been hot.
You know, a lot of the times it's a cold water rinse, right? I think that's a thing.
No.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
Let me tell you why it's not. Let me tell you. Man, I almost felt like a real piece of shit. I was like, fuck, I got to undo all this.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think that might be a thing.
No. So
You're like, I need to go email them an apology.
I'm going to be right back. And I just leave.
Just clacking away. Yeah.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
After this email break.
Yeah, and then it's just like technical issues.
It's just a picture of you, like a cartoon you at a keyboard.
Yeah, a monkey throwing something at me.
With a whoopsie face. Like,
yeah. I don't. The reason why is because one of the machines I press hot water, and when I take the clothes out, the clothes are still warm. They're hot.
Okay, so how many machines are there?
6.
And one of them happened to be not running hot water, and you were like, it's email right in time.
It's not. No. 5 out of the 6 don't use hot water.
Oh.
That's the issue.
How long did it take you to figure that out? Which machine was the good machine?
2 weeks.
It's a lot of laundry. You
You
had a project.
Yeah. Actually, a month and a half.
You're the Batman of this building,
That's
dude.
what I'm saying. That's what I want to be known as, bro. That's what I want to be known as.
You're like, you're putting up flyers. Like, if anyone has any complaints, come to me first.
I'm going to tell you right now.
I'll write the email.
I'm going to tell you right now. I thought about starting a Facebook group.
But it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, like a secret group, like on the low. Like, you know what I mean? We all tell you, it's just like, I'm the moderator, of course.
Yeah.
And I do this kind of shit. And that's what I wanted to do. But that's what I'm saying. People don't do that. And this is why people don't get along in buildings. This is why they ignore each other. And this kind of shit goes down.
It's nice to be neighborly.
That's what I'm saying.
It's nice to have community.
Yes.
It's nice to say hello to your neighbors and know who they are. And like,
right.
If there's a problem, it's a united front.
Right.
Meanwhile, you can't even get your roommate girlfriend to sign off on being CC'd in the email.
That's what I'm saying. And then she got really mad when I copied the assembly person in our neighborhood.
You brought politics into this.
Oh yeah, I did.
That's another level.
Right.
How'd you even? I guess you just Google that email, right?
Of course, I have it on the ready.
Now, okay, so what do you expect the assembly person to do? To like step in 311 style?
I did it BCC, so now they're just looking at it like, what is the and Dino's like, now they're just gonna see this email come out of nowhere, and they're gonna be like, what's going on in this building? And I said, good.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
You want the spotlight on this building.
I do want, yes, man. A woman was murdered, man. I don't know how many times I gotta say this.
I hate to. You don't want to know all the other shit that happened in New York
that's
City
what I'm
over the
saying.
weekend.
This city is it's a little kooky.
It's a little kooky, this city, and people can be a little lax. I got a funny story. When I lived in Bushwick, I was one of 3 buildings that were really doing the gentrification thing loudly.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remember my building.
For where Dennis lived, it was these 3 well-made buildings.
Yes.
They refurbished them entirely.
Completely renovated.
And they stocked it with white folks.
And they painted the outside purple, dude.
Yes, yeah.
On a street that was all buildings that have been touched from the 70s.
Your buildings, it looked like 3 6-packs of White Claw.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the purple and the white.
All like young 20-something kids who like their parents probably paying their rent. Or like
glasses frames like these.
Glasses frames like those.
Yeah,
like, I mean, real Bushwick shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Easily muggable.
Easily muggable.
With the exception of you.
Yeah, there was a couple like good kind of like real people who, you know, I made friends there who I'm still in touch with.
Sure.
But a lot of them were like kids from the Midwest or whatever. Where it's like, move into the big city.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one day, so our 3 doors, you had the access codes to all 3 doors because that's just how it was.
Right.
Like, if you wanted to get into the backyard, you had to have access to one building. If you wanted to get into your apartment, that was a different door.
Sure.
But these 3 buildings were lumped together, and we all stood out like sore thumbs on that street.
Of course.
Now, one day I'm going to go to a buddy's apartment, and, you know, I'm friends with this guy in his apartment, but I don't know his other roommates.
Sure.
So that's how it was. People might come and go, blah, blah, blah. So I'm walking off the train. I'm walking up to the apartment building, and there's this kid maybe like 15 paces in front of me. Yeah. And he's going into the same building that I'm going into. And he buzzes himself in, and I jog a little bit, and I catch the door before it closes. Even though I had the pass code to get in, but I was like, let me grab this door. Huh?
What was he?
What was he? He was like a 5'8" white dude with curly hair who was nervous as hell is what he was. I'll tell you what happened.
Okay. I wanted to see if you were profiling.
So, I was profiling him as a pussy nerd. All right. I was like, all right. If I'm being honest, I kind of hoped this would happen. Yeah. And I was delighted it did. I'm not a good person. Yeah. But I grabbed the door and I start like going to the apartment I'm going to. And wouldn't you know it, this guy who I'm now like tailing is going to the same apartment. Okay. And he's waiting at the door as I like round the corner. And I just walk right up to the door. I don't say anything to him, but I see him like starting to glance at me nervously. And once I get within 2 feet, the door of the apartment opens up. Like he's been waiting. He knocked on the door there. The door, this all happens in the same moment. The door opens up. He turns to me and goes, "Who the hell are you, man?" And I just go, I just like slip past him and I go, "I'm meeting Bobby." And I go, "You need to relax, dude." And I just like slipped by him into the apartment and met up with my friend. Yeah. But he was scared. He thought I was about to like.
So you're the bad guy in this situation.
I'm nobody. I'm just a person.
Oh, no, I'm nobody. I'm running up against a 5'7". The theme from last week is you like to beat up people smaller than you.
Maybe I'm a bully and I don't even know it.
You are.
I didn't beat this guy up. I just scared him. And I thought it was very funny though.
You're like, I don't give a fuck who you know.
Because, like, all right, you hear these stories about, like, a black dude going the same way as a woman, and she crosses the street or something.
You know they had a commercial like that in the 80s?
For what? What was the product? Racism.
Now in diet.
Diet racism. I just crossed the street. It doesn't mean anything. It's not because of you. I had to go over here anyway.
I'm just trying to lose weight. That's all.
I'm going back and forth all the time.
I'm crossing the street all day. This is what I do. I'm a crossing guard. So, no, it's a black guy and a white guy coming the same direction. And it's like they're going through the white guy's head. He's like, "Nah, I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of suspicious about the whole thing." And they're like approaching each other. And then it's like, and then I think they try to make it seem like the black guy might be a little nervous too. Yeah. And then they realize, oh man, it's just all in my head. And they just nod at each other and then they keep walking.
You don't remember what the product was?
Oh, it was a public service announcement that you shouldn't be judging.
That you shouldn't be racist?
Yeah, you shouldn't be judging people.
That sometimes people just walk in the same direction.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean you're about to get robbed.
It's like two people are out at night. Who cares?
But, and going back to your predicament, which is the safety of the building, it's like, it does happen where someone catches a door and now you're being home invaded.
Right.
So maybe I was preying on this kid's fears, but maybe he also learned a lesson to not profile.
That's what I'm saying.
Big old white dudes in flannel.
I told you the same thing with my mom. Like she was walking into the building, downstairs door does lock, and then she gets in.
This is back in the day.
Back in the day. We're talking like early 80s. And she gets in, and the guy who was tailing her the neighbor's leaving.
Right.
And holds the door open for this dude that nobody knows.
Yeah.
Guy gets into the same elevator with her, holds a knife to my mom, takes her wedding ring, takes her cash, and just pieces out. And now, because of that situation, my mom's like, she's scared of that kind of shit.
Yeah, she's afraid of, because things happen.
But yeah.
Slightly racist, but, she's come a long way.
I mean, I think so. I think so.
She probably grew up with her own racisms, came to America, learned a new racism.
Yeah.
That's not easy either. Credit where credit is due.
She went to disliking South Indians to finding a whole group of people here she could dislike.
Yeah.
So
that's the American dream right there. Yeah. Let me ask you a question now. Because you kind of grew up with that story about, your mom got attacked because someone held the door open for somebody. Right. Will you hold the door open for someone who's coming into your building? Or if you don't recognize them, do you make sure it closes behind you?
I let everybody in.
You let
I'm the biggest culprit. I'm the reason the packages are getting stolen.
I was going to say you're letting the package thief in every day. I'm letting the packages
get stolen. So, and then I realized this about sending people emails about shit. And this is the point I wanted to get to. Nobody wants to be asked to do their job.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to do their job because they already are annoyed that somebody's telling them to do their job.
The only time someone wants to be told to do their job is when they've already done it, so they can be like, I already did the fucking job. Who the fuck are you?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Coming at me.
Exactly.
Are you on top of your stuff?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that I remember I was in an acting class, and there's this one lesson the theater professor gave us, and I don't think it registered with anybody else because, these are people coming from all different parts of the globe.
Okay.
And they're taking these acting classes, and they are all like, we're going to be famous. We're going to be on Broadway.
Uh-huh.
They all, like, we would watch the Oscars together.
Classes are so lame like that.
Yeah, like I mean, outside of class.
The tighter knit, the worse. The more tighter knit, the more lame it is.
Oh, yeah, they're horrible. So they're like, we would watch the Oscars together outside of class, and we're like, man, imagine one day it's going to be all of us in this situation.
I didn't know you had such a hard theater kid phase.
Yeah.
I know you had some acting chops and background, but this is...
I know.
Watching the Oscars with a bunch of other nerds.
I know.
Okay.
So there's this lesson that our teacher gave us, like during one... And it was like 5 minutes, and I don't think it registered with these people.
It's the only thing you took away, but nobody else seemed to get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So she's like, I'm going to level with you. You're going to try to get into this business.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Mm-hmm. All right? And you're going to do a lot of jobs you don't want to do. All right? And they're going to suck. You're going to wait tables. You're going to do all sorts of bullshit. And it's going to blow. But you want to know what I want you to keep into consideration? Don't fuck up the job. Because you doing this job, you don't want to do it. Don't make someone else's life worse because you don't want to be here. Do the job. Do it to the best of your ability, and when you get that acting role, when you get that role, that Broadway role that you want, fantastic. But don't make someone else's life terrible.
Right.
And that, to me, has always been the lesson. I've never done a job poorly because I didn't want to be there.
You know how they say in comedy, I was talking about this last night to a fellow comedian, how, like, you're never better than the room.
Yes.
And like you, at the end of the day, even if you're doing a show or a gig that you get there and you're like, this sucks, I shouldn't be doing this. You put yourself in that position.
Exactly.
No one forced you. No one put a gun to your head. You put yourself in that position. So swallow your pride. Right. Do the gig to the best of your ability.
Exactly.
That transfers over to gigs and day jobs and shit.
That's
what
I'm saying. And also, it's like, why do I got to ruin someone else's life? Man.
Well, you keep saying that, ruin someone else's life. I think
it's like, look at it this way. Let's say, like, all right, man, I used to work at the axe throwing place, right? I used to work at an axe throwing place. I would teach people how to throw axes. Obviously not something I wanted to do. This was before the pandemic. And, but if I fucked up the job, it would be a pain in the ass for the assistant manager, the manager, and all that other shit. Things he'd have to deal with, all that kind of, if I fuck up the work.
I'm trying to imagine what fucking up the job looks like. It's like you accidentally kill someone. You throw an axe in the wrong direction. It's like,
hey, Matt, there's like an axe in a guy's shoulder. Hey, Matt, how do you handle this?
I guess in this situation, you did fuck up their whole life because now they are dead. Right. It's probably.
But beyond that, like injury, like I'd have to hang up wooden boards so they could, for throwing the axes on. Right, I had to make sure the axes are like properly stored away. Everything's like you know what I mean. People could get hurt, but also you could literally my manager's day would be ruined because now he has to deal with this horse shit.
Yes, ruining someone's day, ruining someone's shift. That's just even if we're not talking about as grandiose as ruining someone's life, it's like do your job. You're there because of you. Yeah. Just sometimes be a good cog in society.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know we're all trying to do something else.
I'm sorry you're a cog.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to be a cog.
We're all cogs
We're all
sometimes.
cogs, baby.
Yeah, that's it. I don't want to transition subjects completely.
Sure.
Although I am curious. Did you get an email back, though, yet? Or you're waiting for next week? We'll see. The email chronicles.
Oh, they responded.
What'd they say?
They said, well, tell they were like, we are...
They were like, you take the assemblyman? Really?
We were, they said that they had apprehended somebody.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
And they're like, somebody had been apprehended. And then also, you should ask the delivery people to see if they could bring the packages to your door, which to me lacks accountability.
Yeah, that's not, no. You have, especially your apartment, there's a room downstairs with signs like, this is where the packages go.
Yeah, I know.
So don't try and switch and be like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know, I'm sure that's like the thing that they were told to be saying. But then I asked a follow-up question. Well, did this person get caught in our neighborhood or is this some other building's issue? And he was like, in another building in the neighborhood, person was caught, suitcase full of packages. Done.
He brought in outside packaging to package his own packages.
Right?
I wonder the risk of stealing packages, of being a porch pirate, is too great to me.
How so?
Because
it's the easiest gig.
It's easy, but you don't know what you're getting.
That's the fun of it.
That is the fun of it. Christmas
is every day. Literally.
You rob a bank, it's like, I'm getting money.
But
if you rob it's like going through a thrift store and just being like grabbing shit at random. Being like,
it's better. It's literally Christmas.
Did I ever tell you about the time I chased down a porch pirate?
Hold on a sec. Before we get into that, I will say this, though. I had shit stolen. I had 3 12 packs of seltzer in a box and sponges, dish sponges in a box. That was like a 35-pound box.
Yeah.
Stolen.
They probably thought they had tech.
They easily thought there was like a PS5 in there and some maybe a whole who knows what else.
What kind of seltzer?
I mean, we're talking lime.
No, but I mean, what brand?
Oh,
we're talking lime.
We're talking. I said that in a bad way. I didn't mean it was a good thing. I'm happy the seltzer got stolen. This shit sucks.
I like lime seltzer.
Yeah, lime seltzer stinks.
I don't know. All right.
So, what brand? I think it was Buble.
Is that considered good stuff? I don't know. I'm a Polar guy myself.
Polar's trash.
Wow.
Polar's,
All right. I feel attacked.
Yeah, well, whatever.
So,
you chased a porch pirate.
I did chase down a porch pirate.
Tell me what
once.
happened.
So I'm living in Bushwick, same thing at the time.
Purple buildings.
Purple buildings.
Yeah.
So we're susceptible to these attacks.
Of course you
know
are.
what I mean? What are these punk kids going to do about it? They didn't know this
We
asshole.
just came into this neighborhood. I don't know what they're upset about. We didn't tell them they couldn't pay this rent. We're not part of the problem.
Listen, gentrification is the thing that's going to happen one way or another. Right? It's
Sure.
neither good nor bad. It's just something that happens.
If it's not me, it's somebody else.
Yes, and not just that. It's like, what about the person who held out and then sold his building for a huge profit and then retired to North Carolina?
Sure.
You know,
I'm sure they were a person of the neighborhood too.
They are. I'm saying some of these people bought their own buildings back in the day when they were cheap. What, you're saying people of color can't buy property?
No,
is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying I'm clearly being supportive. You're just, you know what I mean? You're a Karen of the neighborhood.
Whitey Dennis, white boy Karen Dennis.
Yeah.
I'm up one night. It's late, and I'm on the second floor.
Right.
And someone buzzes.
Peering out the window.
No. Someone buzzes my apartment.
Holding a gun out the window.
Yeah, I'm like an Italian grandma leaning out the window, gun cocked and loaded, shooting at anything that moves.
Right.
No, the apartment door buzzes for to gain entry to the building.
Yeah.
I buzz the person in, but then I step outside because it's
perp.
like I'm not expecting a visitor.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's some woman, and she's like, "Oh, hey, I'm just trying to go to the third floor to use the bathroom. I'm friends with them, and they didn't give me the key to get in or the code, so I just got to go use the bathroom." I'm like,
Yeah.
It's already suspect, you know? But I go back into my apartment, and I stand by the door, and I hear this woman go up to the third floor.
Yeah.
She waits like 20 seconds, and then I just hear her go downstairs again and exit through the front door.
Right.
And I looked back out after she left the front door, and one of the packages that was sitting in the lobby is gone.
Yeah.
And I had like that moment of like, God damn it, I don't want to do this, but somebody's got to
be this person.
Somebody's got to be
The
this
city needs
person.
a hero, man.
I don't know about that.
Okay, well, whatever.
So I don't even put on shoes.
The city needs a vigilante.
Someone's got to do something about this shit.
Yeah.
If you don't, like, they're going to think they can just keep on getting away with it. You know what I mean? I'm getting frustrated now thinking about it.
Who's they?
I don't know. These porch pirates, man. They're all over the place. So,
Yeah.
way more people are porch pirating than killing people, all right? I don't know how you want to say.
No, I'm going to tell you right now, when I got the cops involved with the seltzer. Which I
Can you spell bubbly for us, sir?
B-U with a thing, the dots over the U?
I don't know if it's actually whatever.
Is it French? So then I go, yeah, they're like, what was it? And I go, it was seltzer and dish sponges. And the guy looked up and he goes, okay.
It's like, all right, okay. I'm not going to, I'll save this for the coffee.
So you walk out.
I walk outside. No shoes,
Gun
just
cocked.
socks. No gun cocked. Probably in like basketball shorts and a t-shirt.
You're holding a brick.
No, I didn't grab anything, which in retrospect...
Bad idea.
I don't know if... it would have been a bad idea to approach this woman with some sort of, I'm already a big guy, and I'm running her down, because I did. I had to start running. She was hoofing it. She wasn't running, but she was moving it.
Yeah.
And I got no shoes on. And
where do you get to when you spot her?
I'm in the middle of the block.
Oh, so you're already out the door.
I'm out the door.
Sure.
I hit the sidewalk.
Right.
I look left. I look right.
Well, let me give you a rundown here.
Okay.
Dennis is on the second floor, so you had to go down a flight of stairs to get to the first. Then there was another set of like 5 steps, and then maybe 10 feet to get to this front gate.
Yeah.
And then, so now you've gotten all the way down there and then half the block.
So
This almost sounds unbelievable based on how you move.
I was a little bit faster then. Not that much faster, though.
I was nimble.
Which I'll tell you, it's very hard to be intimidating when you finally catch up to the person and you're just like... Because that's what happened.
You're bumming a cigarette off her?
I chase her down.
Yeah.
And she hears me coming the last 10 feet
You're not
or so.
wearing shoes?
No, I'm not.
Socks?
Socks.
Jesus
and
Christ.
it's been raining, so my socks are wet now. And I'm a soft foot. I don't like walking around without socks on. I don't even like walking on grass without shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gross.
But she turns around. She's already got the box open.
Yeah.
And she immediately just starts jabbering like, no, it's mine. It got delivered to the wrong address. It's mine. And I just, way out of breath, I'm like, give me that right now. Give me that. That's not yours.
Yeah.
And she gives it to me while still being like, that's mine. You're crazy. I can't believe you came. I'm like, don't fucking come back into that building again. Blah, blah, blah. This city needs a hero. I'm the hero they deserve, not the one they need.
You live for this. Your hero lives long enough to become the villain. You just and then you hit her in the face.
Well, I also get nervous too because
what is in the package?
Fucking beauty products.
God damn it.
Beauty products.
You should have given it to her.
Here's the worst part.
Yeah.
I walk it back to the... I should have given it to her, right?
You
ugly bitch.
Yeah.
You need this. Get a life.
You start making fun of her
Start
looks.
roasting her.
Listen, these beauty products, you're an ugly bitch. And let me tell you, you wouldn't have to rob Porches if you weren't so ugly. And you hand her the thing.
You probably ain't got no man looking ugly.
That's why you lonely.
That's why you need beauty products. Stealing beauty products.
Maybe a man, he could be your porch pirate.
You could have a man looking for lookout.
Yeah.
You working solo, the people running
He
up on
could
you.
have clotheslined me.
I feel a little bad for her looking back.
Yeah, of course.
But,
how old was she?
40 plus.
Oof.
40 plus, definitely.
Yeah.
So I walk it back to the apartment building, and I look on the package, and it says apartment 1, which means it was for the first floor apartment. Yeah. And I knock on the first floor apartment, which is filled with a few hot young women, mind you. So I'm also like... trying to catch my breath.
Sure.
Don't want to look embarrassed.
You're putting on the lipstick as
they open the door. I'm just like, what do you think? Who says heroes can't be pretty?
Somebody tried to get into your package.
And I knock on the door. This girl answers, completely disinterested.
You're sweaty as shit.
I'm sweaty. I'm wearing wet socks. You got wet footprints behind me.
You got an open box.
An open box. And she also like barely cracks the door because she's like, hello.
Yeah. Are you the creep from the second floor?
Yeah, right. Are you the guy who's looking out his window all the time?
Yeah. Are you the guy who walks around on grass and with shoes on?
And I'm like, hey, this package is for your floor. I don't know if it's for you or one of your roommates, but like some lady just tried to take it. I just chased her down and I got it back. And this girl just like looks at me and she's like, oh, okay, thanks. And she takes it and she goes to close the door and I just go, I'm like, if you see a package on the first floor and it's for your, like, even if it's not for you, you should take it in to keep it safe. And she's just like, all right, thanks. Just completely brushed me off and slammed the door.
I would have kicked in the door.
I was like, I shouldn't even chase this lady down. I could have gotten hurt.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. There were other pedestrians around.
Sure.
Who?
Wait. What time of the day?
Time of the day, buddy. This is like 1 a.m.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is late.
So now you're expecting this woman
at
1 a.m. to be thrilled that a man wearing night gear. He's wearing his pajamas.
I look like a crazy person.
Yeah, shows up shoeless.
For all she knows, I opened her package and now I'm bringing it back.
A ripped open box.
Yeah,
this looks like a home invasion.
It does.
Yeah.
I don't blame her for only cracking the door. It makes sense in retrospect.
It's 1 a.m. What day of the week?
But like, what day? I don't know. A weekday probably.
Yeah, that's definitely suspect.
Probably a weekday. But like
100%.
Not even a good thank you. Like, oh, I really appreciate you. Oh, thanks so much.
Sure.
Nothing.
And
I was just trying to do my job well, which was protector of the building.
Protector
you know
of the
what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Let me ask you something.
What other beauty products were there?
In the box, I have no idea.
No clue.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I just saw that it was like blah 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 blah,
yeah,
and I was like, "Fuck, this is I should have kept it myself."
Yeah, you do eyeliner.
That's how I find my passion for makeup is chasing down this lady.
That's your superhero costume?
Yeah.
You're just you're a cross-dresser?
There were already a bunch of... And I can't... Okay, anyway. Let's see. Okay, let's be careful.
Yeah.
Last week we rode the line a couple times. Not going to do that again.
Course. Yeah.
But I did want to... Speaking of this idea of doing your job, doing it well, you're the reason you're there. Nobody's fault. I got a restaurant story that I want to share with you. Because me and you have eaten out probably 100 times together, if not more.
Yeah, at restaurants.
We've shared a lot of meals at restaurants. And you are... I would describe as assertive but questioning.
What do you mean?
You always have questions for the server.
Why not?
Why not? Right? That's what they're there for. Sometimes it might irk me a little bit.
What do you mean?
Because
it irks you?
It has in the
Why?
past. Sometimes.
Was your aunt working the shift?
No, because
wait, we at your cousin's restaurant?
I've worked in food service.
Okay,
Maybe
so
I
what?
still dabble sometimes.
So what?
And nobody likes, just like you don't want to be the annoying apartment, nobody likes the annoying customer.
First of all, I don't care if I'm the annoying apartment. Okay?
I'm trying to paint you in a soft light.
I don't
feel
feel
like you're about to lean in hard.
I don't like the light you're painting me in anyway. The light is already too hard. What is the issue?
No, I'm saying you always. I don't think we've ever sat down in a restaurant where you didn't have questions for the server about the menu or something.
Okay, right.
Which is fine.
Okay.
And
am I rude?
No.
Okay.
You're never rude, and a lot of the time.
Do I always tip 20% at least?
At least, yes, you do.
Yeah.
And most of the time, the servers, whereas I think they're going to get annoyed, most of the time, they're not enthralled. But they're certainly amused because you're a funny person. I'm sitting there. Maybe we're playing a little, whatever.
No. Don't get involved now. Don't get involved.
I'm lightening the load.
Yeah, no, you're not lightening the load. No. You're sitting there. I see what you do. We've eaten together. This is what this guy does.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, this guy. I'm asking questions. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm just. It says the soup of the day. I'm just curious what the soup of the day is. It old? I'm asking a couple questions, and this guy will like a fucking what's the thing called a slot machine? Eyes rolling in the back of it.
I'm going like this. I'm playing it up big time. Like, this guy again with the questions.
I'm sorry he's bothering you.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You touching her hand? She's disgusted.
I'm yelling. I'm like, this guy.
Yeah.
Can anyone?
Can I have what he's having?
I'm also like suggesting questions to you beforehand that I'd like to know, but I don't want to ask the server.
Right.
I'm like, I wonder if the blue cheese is really a crumble or if it's a sauce. Or...
I know that's a question I've asked.
Probably. Yeah, that sounds
absolutely.
like a question you would ask.
100%.
Which, if it doesn't specify,
right,
reasonable question.
So what's the deal?
So, but my point being, I'm a little more soft-spoken. Perhaps it's going to take more for me to like complain about service or a meal or if something's wrong.
Right.
So a few months ago. And this is how you know it's in my craw because I've told this story to people. And it's
am I involved?
Not at all.
Okay, cool.
Not at all.
All
but
right,
I want to know how you would have handled this situation.
Okay. Good.
So I went to.
Man, this guy almost got thrown off the podcast. If you brought up to me a time we went to eat months later, I would have been livid. I'd be like, this didn't even involve you.
I wouldn't tell you because I'd wake up the next day to a full inbox of emails from you. Just
absolutely.
Like, giving this a lot of thought.
100%.
Here we go.
Yeah. I can't wait to email you at getbacktheska@gmail.com.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You bleep that.
Yeah.
That's my secondary email. That's an old email.
Sure,
and there's a long history to that name. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to share it now.
No. Okay. So what happened?
Over the summer, so it's almost like a year ago now.
Right.
But maybe early fall or whatever. It was
pandemic.
still warm out. Yeah, but it's still pandemic times.
Yeah, pandemic times.
But it's like, things are also easing up.
Sure.
Me, my pops, and my older brother, we go to this restaurant.
What day of the week?
It was a Saturday.
Okay, Saturday.
It was a Saturday.
During the day.
My dad was off. Yes, brunch time. Probably around 1 p.m.
Brunch time it's a difficult shift.
Difficult shift.
I'm aware of that.
We're also in Long Beach on Long Island, which is a big boozy brunch town.
They love a good brunch.
They love a good brunch.
Absolutely.
People are walking around. It's a party town.
People love to go to bed. I mean, Friday night they're getting hammered.
Yes.
So Saturday, that's the first day of the brunch shifts.
Right.
And it's a tough situation, especially if you've been getting fucked up.
People are waking up and drinking. The staff is probably drinking.
Absolutely.
Everyone
pounding Bloody Marys.
We sit down at this kind of like an Irish sports bar restaurant.
Sure.
Not really a sports bar, but a little bit nicer than that. Yeah. You know I love a good tavern.
Of course you do.
A good pub.
Yeah.
We sit down.
What day? What season is this? Summer?
It's like late summer, early fall.
All right. Yeah.
And young waitress comes over, very nice. I order a beer. Brother gets some water, whatever, coffee. And I'm looking at the menu, and I see that the specials for the day, one of the specials is a Irish quesadilla.
Okay.
Which immediately I go, cultural appropriation. But I'll let it pass.
What, the quesadilla?
Yeah, you can't. No.
You can't be cooking Mexican food here.
No, but an Irish quesadilla?
What's the problem?
I don't know who's appropriating, Irish or
I don't
Hispanic.
even think quesadilla is Mexican.
Probably not. It's probably Chinese invention. Everything goes back to the Chinese,
absolutely.
Like 6,000
Pasta
BC.
Is Chinese. Yeah, everything. Yeah.
People can't have everything.
Yeah, 100%.
The Chinese did it.
Yeah, the Chinese definitely did it.
But I see the Irish quesadilla, and it's got scrambled eggs.
Meanwhile, General Tso's is from England.
I see.
Wonton soup is from Germany. It's just the other stuff that nobody knows.
It's all the opposite. Yeah. Mugu Gai Pan is actually Swedish. Portuguese.
Yeah.
The Irish quesadilla consists of 3 ingredients, Kunal. Scrambled eggs, cheddar cheese, and Irish sausage.
Oh.
Which, by the way, you had your first Irish sausage ever today.
Yes.
We spoke earlier.
Okay,
For a little bit.
Dennis goes, I got Irish sausage.
You got to try this.
You got to
Irish
try.
sausage.
And I'm going to tell you something. I had this Irish, and he goes, it's a secret blend of Irish spice.
It's Irish spring soap has been sprinkled into the pan.
He goes, it's Irish spices that are in it. And I'm eating this sausage, which, by the way, it looks like a severed finger.
Yeah, they're fat little
bangers.
bangers.
Like a fat finger that's been cut horribly. And he goes, it has Irish spices. And I'm sitting there taking a bite, and I go, what are the spices? Salt?
Not spicy.
Salt and
spices.
Yeah. But to me, Irish spices is salt and chipped cement.
It's a certain
it's
just
gravel.
Little Quikrete sprinkled in, dry Quikrete.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was like
Don't tell me it just tasted like every sausage you've ever had.
It tasted honestly like somebody put butter in sausage.
That's not a bad thing.
It was fine. It was fine.
Didn't blow your hair back?
No, of course. Why would it?
Because it's great.
Sausage is delicious.
Yeah, but not breakfast. Italians don't do breakfast sausage well.
What do you
Irish
mean?
sausages. Italians like hot or sweet.
Oh, hot or sweet. Either one are good for breakfast.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Only Irish
breakfast. No, not only, but there's breakfast style sausage.
Sure.
Patties or links.
Sure.
But they have certain spices that are tempered for the breakfast palate.
Like what?
I don't know what these
Salt
spices
and
are.
pepper.
I just know that they exist.
Okay.
All right?
Sure.
I'll have the information ready for next week during our sausage
100%.
section.
Yeah, absolutely. Sausage talk with Dennis Rooney starting
sausage
next.
Talk.
Yeah.
So I see this, and it's a
Yes.
very plain little breakfast, but that's what I'm into, and it comes with a side of home fries.
Every Irish dish is very plain.
Yeah, but we do
Okay.
breakfast well. We don't do a lot of foods well, but we do a good breakfast.
That's nuts.
That's a fact.
I'm
English
I'm
breakfast.
going to tell you right now. One time I was at Dennis's family's house, okay? And I had...
You watch what you say right now.
I don't give a fuck. I'm going full tilt because I'm still angry about this, and I'm bringing
Oh, yeah, I know what this is.
So this guy, listen, I come off as a piece of shit in a lot of ways, and I understand that. And I make a lot of etiquette errors, and I get that too. But I try to be super respectful around people's parents, okay? We could say at the very least parents do like me because I'm respectful, but also I allow them to speak as if they're speaking to their friends, which is why they like me.
You get in. You get under their guard.
Right.
Okay.
So it's some sort of situation, some family party, some get-together, right? We've been playing CeeLo all day, and I've been taking a beating. Okay, I've been losing money to Roonies left and right.
We know how to roll a dice. I'll tell you that.
They definitely do. I'm giving money away to the Rooney clan. Different members of them are collecting money off my back, and I'm a
sign of respect when you're in the Rooney house.
And you know what? I'm paying through the nose and accepting it. Okay, I'm not bitching at anybody.
You can't. You
Yeah,
can't start
of course,
bitching.
of
It's
course.
a game of chance.
Of course, but I've been losing all day.
Yes.
So I go and I decided, let me eat my feelings. Totally fair thing to do. Yep. And I think it's a very Irish thing to do as well.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Some of us resort to that.
Yeah. So I don't have a wife to beat. I might as well have. I'm not drinking at the time.
Right.
So I might as well do that.
Food is the way to go.
Right. So now I'm eating these mashed potatoes, and you go, my dad made them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to insult somebody. So I lean over to you and you could see my expression.
Secrecy.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it down.
Right. But you could see the look on my face is that these mashed potatoes are rather bland. Truly. It honestly felt like they made mashed potatoes with water.
Quick aside.
Yeah.
My father didn't move to this country until he was in his early 20s. Didn't have electricity until he was a teenager.
Sure.
So I remember growing up eating the mashed potatoes my parents would make.
Yeah.
Not knowing any better.
Sure.
And then eventually going to another person's house.
Yeah.
Creamy, soft, whipped,
yes,
buttery mashed potatoes.
Chives.
And I came home and I was like,
skins. Yeah.
I'm like, we've been doing this mashed potato thing wrong the whole time.
100%.
And my dad's like, well, I didn't have a lot of butter or milk to spare growing up. So this is how I like it. This is what I'm used to.
That's fine. You tell me this.
But I would tell him, I'd be like, well, you got butter and milk
that's what I'm
now.
saying. Right,
Let's
you got
do
butter,
something.
you got salt. The house, listen, your parents got butter, they got salt.
Yeah.
They have these things.
They really got it all.
They got it all. They could have left the skins in.
Who could ask for more than butter and salt?
Pretty much. So you could see the look on my face.
Yeah.
You
Disgust.
know. Yeah, they sucked, bro.
They were not good.
They were not good.
I don't enjoy my parents' mashed potatoes either.
So then you see that, and you, as a bag of shit, your father 20 feet away, not even in eyesight, not even in earshot, you just go, hey, yo, Dad. Hey, Dad. Kunal thinks your mashed potatoes are terrible. Why? Why would you do that?
Got a good laugh out of it. That's why. And now it's content 10 years later or whatever it's been.
The whole Rooney clan is holding money of mine and laughing.
The whole party goes silent.
Yeah.
And everyone looks at Kunal.
Yeah.
And my dad says, now you can't leave.
Your cousins fanning ones my money that they've taken. Your brother lighting a cigarette in the house off a one.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're telling him, like, you took all my money. Why don't you buy some fucking seasoning with it? Rooney's.
Ever heard of Mrs. Dash, you pieces of shit?
I've been trying to up my seasoning game, by the way.
That's great.
I really have been.
So, wait. Where were we?
Okay, so it's time to order.
Irish quesadilla.
Irish quesadilla.
Which, by the way, I literally thought, when I think Irish quesadilla, I thought it was going to be cheese, cheddar cheese.
Yep.
Kerry gold cheddar cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's like the big...
Kerry Gold is the American Irish thing.
Whatever.
Sure, yeah.
Whatever.
That's
okay.
that's what they're selling us.
Sure. That's fine.
Paying 30 cents extra. Bullshit.
Eggs and potatoes.
Well, the potatoes, you get a side of home fries.
Sure.
But you get... this is what it says, because this is very relevant to the story
Right.
now.
Okay, quick question, though.
Yes.
How much is this?
Probably like $13, $14. It's
Standard.
reasonably priced. Yeah, standard. Would it cost you $3 to make it at home? Sure. But we're paying for being out.
Okay.
But this is how it's phrased. It says Irish breakfast quesadilla. Eggs, cheddar cheese, Irish sausage, and a side of home fries.
Great.
Sounds good to me.
100%.
Let's do it.
Great for your palate.
That's for my palate. Yeah,
Absolutely.
If you were looking at the menu, you'd probably order that for me, and I'd be like, good call.
Yeah. I would order that for you. I'd never order that for myself.
Right, but
100%.
for me in this
Yeah.
situation,
No,
especially
I
at this place.
I get it. Of course.
This is up their alley.
Sure.
So 15 minutes go by or whatever, 20 minutes go by, our food comes, and it's a quesadilla, so I can't see what's inside of it.
100%.
But the home fries have not arrived, which is fine. They might be coming out on a separate plate.
That's always
Seems
good.
a little odd. There's plenty of space here on this plate.
All right.
But okay. And there's also a chopped up avocado sliced. You know how they like chop it up and they spread it flat?
Yeah.
There was no mention of the avocado on the thing, but that's fine.
You're getting an avocado. You're
getting an
bitching about
avocado.
it. You know how much an avocado
I'm not
is?
bitching yet.
$2.50 extra generally.
I know.
Side of avocado.
I know.
Okay.
I'm not bitching yet because exactly.
Right.
The avocado
How much
wasn't-
space is on this plate after the quesadilla is there?
Plenty of room.
How much? Like how many fists?
33, a fist and a half.
Fist and a half. Okay.
Just about enough for a side of home fries.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I have a thing where I hate starting my meal without all the components
100%,
there,
yeah.
including a fresh drink. Gotta have a good drink.
For people who don't know, Dennis does like a Coke with his breakfast.
I'll do a Diet Coke with breakfast. Yeah. Yes, depending on.
You don't need to mention it's diet. It's fine.
It might be a regular Coke.
Yeah, all right, sure.
Sometimes it's a diet.
Yeah.
But it all depends on the answer to the question that you'll ask, which
Right.
is, how's your fountain soda? Is it good?
Yeah, of course.
Who asks that?
Fair question.
Is the fountain, because like they're gonna be like, oh, fountain soda sucks.
I'm gonna tell you right now, nothing's worse than when you get fountain soda and it's flat as shit.
I agree.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily a sign of the fountain being bad. It's a sign of there's no carbonation and they need to change
They
the
know
tanks.
this then.
Okay.
They know this.
All right. So hold on.
Yeah.
The meal comes. I take like a bite or two out of my quesadilla because I don't want to really dig in until I got these home fries.
Sure.
And I flag down the waitress after a bite or two, and I go, hey, I never got the home fries. Are they supposed? She goes, oh, they must have forgot. I'll have it right out.
Right.
No problem. In the meantime, I start taking more bites of the quesadilla, and it's missing something. There's only 3 ingredients, Kunal,
Yeah.
and one of them is missing.
The Irish sausage?
The Irish sausage.
Oh, man. Now it's just cheese and eggs.
The thing that hinges, the whole thing hinges.
50% of the name of this dish
is missing.
is missing. You know what I mean? Like if the cheese was gone, that'd be 1/3.
Right.
Quesadilla.
Yeah, you're right.
It's dia. It's Irish dia. If it was just eggs and sausage, it'd be an Irish dia.
Irish dia.
Yeah.
I'm starting.
If you just got the sausage and no,
it'd just be Irish.
just Irish.
Irish, and no one's gonna order that.
Yeah, no one's ordering that. But you've got just straight quesadilla.
Just straight eggs, cheese, and
It's just egg quesadilla.
Egg quesadilla.
Right.
And I'm starting to
How
grow
many bites are you into this?
3 bites.
And it's 4 pieces of a quesadilla.
Yes, 3 bites into 1 piece of quesadilla. And then I give it the benefit of the doubt where I'm like, maybe all the sausage.
Maybe it's an end piece.
Maybe it's all on the other 3 pieces.
Yeah, right.
So I start opening up the quesadilla at the table.
I love the science behind that.
Yeah.
Because we've all been there where we go, I ordered beef in this quesadilla, and you have an end piece, and there's nothing in there, and you go, it's definitely off to the side.
It's stuck in the middle. It's pushed in. It's in the plump part.
It's fine.
You don't start with the plump quesadilla. You start with the corner.
Absolutely.
Interchange.
Work your way in.
But now it's
and
like
on a high note.
Now it's like a crime scene.
Right.
Because my brother and my dad can tell that I'm getting annoyed because theirs came out perfect and mine is
What'd they order?
I don't know. Fucking easy. Something that wasn't as complicated as 3 ingredients apparently. Right. And I'm opening up all 3 flaps of the other quesadillas and I'm just like, look at this. Look at this. There's not an Irish sausage in sight. As I'm saying this to my brother and my dad, a busboy, not our server, a busboy drops off the side of home fries. Mm-hmm. And the home fries plate has a bunch of chopped potato, a bunch of home fries. And then at the very end, there's a bunch of tiny, burnt sausage pieces. As if someone had forgotten them on the grill, forgot to put them in the quesadilla.
Right.
Someone comes up, hey, you've got those home fries. Oh shit, I forgot the home fries and I forgot these sausages. I just throw them all on the same plate, send it out there and see if he says anything.
Right. He won't even notice.
He won't notice.
Yeah.
I'm very upset now.
You're vexed.
Because it's like, you knew you fucked up.
100%.
And you were like, let's just send this shit out anyway.
Right.
And my brother and my dad are already giving me shit like, well, are you going to complain? What's the matter? Everything's there.
Of
You know
course,
what I mean?
your dad.
Why don't you put the sausage in the quesadilla?
Your dad's used to eating brunch in the dark.
Yeah, My dad is telling them like there's way too much butter, way too much salt.
He didn't even know the idea of a meal between 2 meals.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
He's just happy to be out of the house at this point. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And when you have a complaint, I don't know about you, but I just stop eating completely. Like, I'm not going to eat what's good. I'm not going to touch on fries. I'm like, this is all. Yeah. And I flag the waitress down, and she comes on over. Uh-huh. And I go, hey, I don't mean to be, like, rude or annoying.
Oh, you do.
But, like, I ordered the breakfast quesadilla, and it said it came with eggs, cheese, and sausage, and a side of home fries. But the sausage came out with the home fries, and isn't it supposed to be in the quesadilla? And I just leave it at that. I just leave isn't the sausage supposed to be in the quesadilla?
Okay. What does she say? And let me tell you why you fucked up.
I fucked up already? Yeah. I'm too easy going. I was too soft.
Uh-huh.
Here's what she goes. She kind of looks at the plate.
I love this.
And then she laughs. She goes, ha.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is supposed to be in the quesadilla.
Right.
And she just lets that hang.
Uh-huh.
And I go, so... What happened? Did the chef realize he had messed up and he just sent it out anyway?
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, I guess he messed. She just repeats what I say. She goes, I guess he messed up and just sent it out anyway.
Right.
And I pause and she pauses and there's silence and I look at her.
Your brother drops a spoon.
And I did say this.
Yeah.
This isn't. I go, does the chef not respect me?
Does the chef not respect?
Does the chef not respect?
You said that?
I said that.
Swear to God.
I swear to God I said that. And she kind of laughed. And this is where I go
You're holding the Coke and breaking the glass.
This is where I go from annoyed to I'm outlandishly if I don't laugh this off, I'm going to make a scene.
Sure. You've already made a scene.
I haven't made a scene because I haven't raised my voice, but I have called over the waitress.
Yeah. When somebody says, does the chef not respect me?
Does the chef not respect me?
You're already making a scene.
I didn't slam the table. I'm sorry, but I didn't slam the table and yell that out. I just said it very quietly.
That's still okay.
I was this seems so crazy to me that he would knowingly send something out that was wrong.
Sure.
And this is where once she said this, I just went into when the Joker loses it and he's not really even mad anymore that his wife is dead or whatever origin story you want to choose, but he just laughs at the craziness of it all. This is what she said that sent me off that down the rabbit hole. She goes, I don't understand how he could mess it up. He made the specials list this morning. So this dude devised the Irish quesadilla with all 3 ingredients and then fucked it up, sent it out anyway. Yeah. And in this moment, this can be very easily fixed by let me bring this back and fix it for you.
So insane.
Let me bring this back and fix it for you. It'll take 3 minutes.
Sure.
We'll get you, because they were burnt bits. They had been on the grill too long. And also, I'm not going to take a shovel full of sausage crumbs and then a bite of quesadilla. No, I can't work with that.
Sausage crumble.
Sausage crumble. Burnt sausage crumble.
Yeah.
And then like getting egg and cheese in my mouth at the same time.
Yeah.
Because that's what you want with a quesadilla.
Sure.
You want all the ingredients at once.
In each bite, yeah.
All this could be solved by that. She doesn't do that. She doesn't even say like, you know what, let me get you a beer on us.
Right.
Sorry about that.
Sure.
She just left.
Yeah.
And was like, yeah, we're real busy today.
Right.
And I was just like, all right, thanks anyway. And I ate the food. It sucked. I still tipped like 25% because it's just like one of the,
Yeah.
you just gotta, especially during pandemic time.
Sure.
So my question to you is, where did I fuck up?
Yeah.
How would you have handled that? That was one of those situations where it's like, I wish Kunal was here.
Absolutely.
I wish Kunal was here. I wish I had like a Jewish girlfriend to pipe up and be like, excuse me, this isn't how.
Don't make,
They'll get your order right.
Oh, they will.
They say, I made a joke about this once, where they say like, the meek shall inherit the earth, but is it worth a lifetime of eating the wrong order?
That's funny.
You know what I mean?
That's funny.
It's a tweet.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's fine.
Where did I fuck up?
This is the thing. You asked her if this is right.
I gave her the out.
Not.
It's not right.
You know it's
I
not
know
right.
it's not right.
It's in the menu.
Yeah.
Nobody says, oh, we're going to put cheese and eggs in the quesadilla and your sausage is going to come later with the home fries on a separate plate burnt. You know this isn't right.
She's like, oh, we always bring stuff out separately.
Yeah, like that doesn't, like, and this is the thing. Her position is, what the fuck else am I going to say to this?
I guess.
Yeah, she has nothing left to say.
Well, her job as a server, though.
Yeah, but you've already given her no option to get out. You see what I'm saying? You've cornered her to the point where she can't respond other than, yeah.
Why can't she just be like, yeah, it is wrong. Let me fix it for you?
No, because even that you pushed too far.
I pushed too far?
You pushed too far. At this point, you've got to just be...
Save it for an email?
No. Let me know what the restaurant's name is. We'll
take care of it.
We'll take care of this right now.
Done,
we'll be back after this commercial.
Gift cards for everybody.
Yeah. You know what? If the fifth person tweets about this podcast, this is the thing.
Okay.
You got to give people an out. That's what I learned, right? You give them an out, now they're able to get on board. You got to give them space on your boat. That's what it is.
What does that sound like in this situation?
In this situation, you bring her over, right? You've got these burnt pieces of sausage.
Let me ask you something.
Sure.
You like working here? You like your job? You want to keep it?
I'm leaving this place. Who's coming with me? She takes her pin down. You had me at hello.
And what's with this guacamole? It wasn't guacamole. It was fucking whatever.
So that's
avocado.
the thing. You got to give her.
So what does it sound like? Sorry.
So to me, the out goes. She comes over and you go, listen. I got a quesadilla with just eggs and cheese, and I didn't think that it was going to be a problem. But I thought maybe the sausage would be somewhere into it. It's not. And then I get the home fries, which I guess I understand were late. But then the sausage is right there. This is clearly incorrect. We all know it's incorrect. It's obviously incorrect.
Yeah.
I hate to do this. Would it be possible to get another quesadilla?
Yeah.
That's it.
I guess.
That's it. You got to give her a way to get onto your ship.
See,
because this is what you did. Not only did you tell her that this is all wrong, she's in the water now. Mm-hmm. She's in the water. You don't give her a space to get onto your boat.
Water's cold.
And the water's very
cold.
Very cold. She's not going to... Yeah. In this situation, you're Rose. And you're on the door. And there is space in this situation. We all know there's space.
I don't know if I like this metaphor.
It's a terrible metaphor. Point is this. You've got the boat going here.
Yeah.
And the metaphor has bomb. So I'm going to go back to my original one.
Okay.
You've got the boat. She's in the water. You know that's the case. You got to give her a hand to get in.
Yeah.
Basically, you stood there, foot on the bow, telling her, hey, this is fucked up. We know this is not how it is. And no way to get on. You almost gave her a way on, but then you're like... You basically you had your foot ready to kick her in the face if she stepped into this.
It was more valuable to me, I guess, in the moment to have her acknowledge that it was wrong.
Yes.
Than to have me just be like, we know it's wrong. We're past it. Can you do something?
We know it's wrong.
But also as a server,
yeah.
I want her to just be like, oh, yeah, let me take care of that for you.
But you got to give her a way to get there.
I think I did by complaining.
No, you didn't give her a way to get.
Right.
You're like, I need you to admit this is wrong.
You know, it was
versus fixing what's wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did the same thing. I was in a bar, and my buddy was like, we're sitting there. We don't know the name. We don't know these drinks. We don't know what they are. And I go, well, the bartender is like, I'm like, hey, can we get something that's not like a Guinness? Girl brings a drink. It's dark. It's stout. It's basically Guinness.
Yeah. She brought you another porter.
She brought us a porter. She comes over and I go, and then the other bartender is like there, and I go, I'm like, you brought us the thing we did not want. Why would you pour this? You see what this is. And I needed her to be wrong more than me to fix the problem.
Just get what you really wanted.
Yeah. That's realistically, do you care? You don't walk away.
Can't I have both though? Can't you be like, you're right?
You want to know how you admit? You want to know how you know that she admits that she's wrong? When you get your fixed order.
I mean, I didn't reflect it on the tip.
Thank you guys very much.
I didn't reflect it on the tip.
Yeah, of course not. All right. I read this. This is a kind of interesting thing that I read. There was a cop, retired Florida cop. He's in a movie theater. And he ends up shooting another person in the theater and acquitted. He shot the guy because he asked the guy to stop texting.
He was texting during the previews.
Okay. All right. It's an important piece of information.
In my opinion, it is. I have rules to the movie theater. We know of this. Go ahead.
I get it. And then the guy threw the phone at the dude. That's in the article. He threw the phone at the dude, and the guy took out a gun, retired cop, fired it, killed the guy.
Are you sure it wasn't popcorn that he threw?
No. That's what a lot of people say. It was the phone. He threw the phone at the guy.
The popcorn is just a rumor.
The popcorn's a rumor.
All right.
Or whether he threw the popcorn or not, irrelevant. But
Seems like a bad move to throw your phone at somebody.
The phone was thrown. I'm going to be honest, it's a terrible move to throw your phone.
Where does that rank with slap, spit, sucker punch?
I would say throwing your phone is extremely respectful. Because you're giving the person...
Here's my contact information.
Yeah, here's literally an insane piece of technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my opinion of this.
Because
also the cop he claims he had never once unholstered his weapon throughout his career, right?
Yeah.
And then he was the head of security for something for a while after he retired even.
Head of Secret Service.
But one day, when going to see Lone Survivor, this guy in front of him annoyed.
He was there when JFK was shot. He still didn't take it out.
But this guy in the movie theater is annoying him. And he's like, today's the day.
If I don't get a full chance to watch this Top Gun preview, somebody's going to die. It'd be crazy if the old guy was sitting in front of the guy who was texting.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Well, you don't want to shoot behind you. You know what I mean?
He's firing behind him. So, yeah, go on.
I don't think he deserved it. I don't think this guy deserved to get shot.
Not.
You know what I mean?
That's not the question here.
What's the question?
The question, obviously, the guy does not deserve to get killed. And a lot of people are like, well, that's what happens when you text in a movie. It's like, yeah, okay, sure, hilarious. Yeah, you know what's also awful? When the person you love and is like with you, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go catch a matinee, and they don't come back. How about that for a minute?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's a matinee for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? They're trying to save money on a movie ticket, and they don't even come back. Right. Let that sit in. So,
what about everyone else in the movie theater? They're the real victims.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, I mean, I wasn't texting.
I would never see an afternoon movie ever again.
Do all those people get free tickets? Is the theater like, listen, everyone's going to get refunded?
It's going to be, they get a year of Movie Plus.
Movie Plus.
Yeah, the Movie Pass. So, what's your take on this?
One, it's Florida.
Yeah.
So we should really be thankful that there was only one casualty at this interaction.
Stand your ground. That's the way the guy got away.
Stand your ground.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is. Self-defense, he claims, which is such a fucking vague thing nowadays, self-defense.
Right.
It's like he threw the phone at this old guy.
Sure.
The former cop is the old guy in this case, because that was a big aspect of the case from what I read was like, you cannot take advantage of the elderly. You can't abuse the elderly. They have the right to defend themselves.
Sure.
Lethally, I suppose.
Absolutely.
But even if they're the only ones in the theater, this one guy throws the phone at him. Like, does he begin in advance? Like, I want to know. I want to be there and see
Sure,
it
of
to
course.
see if I feel it's justified or not.
Right.
Because if there's like wrestling going on, then it's almost like, yeah, man, I guess shoot him.
You gotta shoot him, right? Of course.
And it just goes to show you never know who you're dealing with in this country.
Right.
You know, you might want to be a tough guy. You might want to chase someone down with a package. But if that lady had turned around and fucking shot me,
it would have been donezo.
Those beauty products wouldn't have been worth shit.
She starts painting your face.
She's using the fucking aloe to put a chalk outline around my body.
Yeah. The thing is,
what do you think? Yeah,
I think I think it's because he got a phone was thrown at him. That's why he got scared.
Technology.
If it was like a VCR, he'd be like, I know how to use this.
Yeah. Or it was an Android. He's like, I'm an iPhone man.
Yeah.
Get that away from me.
Man, it's like horrible. There's the guy got away with it.
Got away with it.
And that's how he got it. It's truly getting away with it.
Oh yeah.
That's what it is.
I mean, being a cop is a huge factor going into any court case, especially when you're a retired cop with probably an immaculate record and stuff. Mm-hmm. That being said, I am of the impression...
Why is it an immaculate record when you never have to take out your gun?
When you do nothing terrible? Because so many cops do... Oh, don't get me started, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're like, oh, it's an immaculate record. He never took his gun out. Well, where was he?
In Florida, he never took his gun out? Yeah.
I don't know where he was before, but it's just like...
Yeah, he might have been around.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, if you could be in a neighborhood for 20 years and never have to take your gun out because where you patrol is so safe.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean...
Like, a buddy of mine's a cop, and he was working in an area where crime basically did not exist.
Right.
And he asked to be transferred to a harder neighborhood.
Too bored.
Yeah.
Too boring.
He's like, why would I be a cop here?
Yeah.
He's like, that's for people who don't want to be police officers. That's what he said, which to me, I fucking respect.
Well,
when a cop goes, that's for people who don't want to be police officers, I'd rather be where there are actual problems.
Well, you got to have some police around these quiet areas because shit can go wrong at any time.
Of course.
But I mean, I'm quoting somebody else here, but the function of the police isn't really to fight crime. The function of the police is social control and protection of property. If they don't want you to do something, even if it means closing down a street, it's like the cops are going to be the people to enforce that social control.
Right.
Going back to this guy, though, and his having a gun on him, and these people who carry guns at all times for self-defense or for whatever because it's their right.
Yeah.
I love the phrase, when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you're carrying a gun around for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you're probably going to run into a situation where you're justified to whip it out, but it really doesn't need to be whipped out.
He thought the guy was like the paper targets. He's approaching.
I wonder how far into the movie they got too, because Lone Survivor is like a war movie, right?
It was previews.
That's when so what I read was that he was texting during previews. The old cop was like, yo, put that phone away.
Yeah.
Guy gave him some guff. Old guy went to go complain to the manager, which is the right move.
Yeah.
By the time they come back, the guy's done texting because, of course, he's just probably sending a quick text.
Yeah, be home in a little bit, honey.
Oh, well, he was actually texting, I think, like his daughter's daycare.
Oh.
Yeah, some real sad shit.
Yeah.
But this old cop was probably delighted to get into a verbal, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
classic. There's no de-escalation.
Yeah.
I'm sure he came back and he piped off, or maybe the other guy piped off, but like the phone was away.
Back again, old man.
Yeah, the problem was solved. Like, just don't take your gun out.
Yeah.
Also, probably very uncomfortable to sit in a movie theater seat with your gun at your side.
On you.
Maybe if you take it out and put it in your lap, but that can't be cool, right? I don't want to see that. Sit next to the guy with a gun in his lap.
Where do you keep the popcorn if you got popcorn in your lap? You know what I'm saying?
Keep it at the bottom of the bucket where no one can see it, just in case it's in there.
He puts a hole in the bucket and the gun is there.
Honey, dig deep in that bucket.
That's how you kill yourself?
Oh.
A hole in the bottom of the bucket. A fiery, buttery death?
A fiery, buttery death.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. Okay, fucked up shit. Fair enough. Buddy, we didn't even get into the Ukraine.
Save it. We'll be talking about that for years if we don't die from nuclear warfare.
Well, then we got to get this out now.
All right.
We got to get this out now. Man, this episode is going long, and I like it. I'm down for it. All right, cool. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, Russia's invading Ukraine.
What?
Yeah. I hate to break it to you.
Huh? You heard it here first.
Dennis is actually Ukrainian.
Yeah, I'm actually deep Ukrainian. I am deep Ukrainian agent. This is first I've heard of terrible warfare.
This is a Russian bot podcast.
I have to cut podcast early. You understand.
It's a Ukrainian podcast. All right. So, man, this is This is the one thing that's been, man, and a lot of people are going to talk about this. Not what I want to talk about, but a lot of people are going to talk about this whole situation. And I got to say this, man. A lot of people are very impressed with the Ukraine, the citizens of the Ukraine defending themselves, right? They're taking up arms and defending themselves. And a lot of people are impressed, okay? And I am not one of them.
No?
No. I do not think it's, first of all, what a horrible place to be in. I'm not impressed.
Irrelevant.
I'm scared for these people.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I feel sad for these people.
Why are you not impressed with some of the videos you're seeing of like these people rising up and stuff?
No.
Man. What about the President Zelensky being like, they offered to get him out of there? He was like, I don't need a ride. I need ammo. I need anti-tank ammo.
Yes, I get that.
That doesn't give you a little like...
What, gumption?
Give you a half a chub?
Half a chub? I'm supposed to be slightly erect over the fact that this man has to fight off the neighbors?
I mean, it's not a good thing, but I'm happy to see that they're like...
That's the problem, though. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, war is bad.
Yes.
But in this situation...
I'm not saying that's a hot take. I'm just saying why...
War is bad.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, why are we... It's so terrible that this is the situation. And even worse so, people are like, you know... The Ukraine, they're defending themselves. Meanwhile, we're out here having conversations about gender. I'll tell you this much. I'll take any conversation about gender any day. You want to know what I like about driving my car down the street?
What do you like about driving your car down the street?
And not worried about a tank running me over.
I saw that video. That was fucking brutal.
Real brutal.
Also looked like the tank was like sliding. What do they call that?
Drifting?
Yeah, I didn't know they could do that.
They said maybe it was a Russian tank who did it on purpose, or a Ukrainian tank tried to avoid a gunfight. I don't even know what the case was. Guy lived, which is insane.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was. I'm watching this video in the morning, and I'm like, this is not a good way to start my day. This is a terrible way to start my day. And then I see like the video after the guy lived, and I was like, oh, thank God. And it's like, I shouldn't have to be. This is the point that I'm coming to. Is like, this is horrendous for these people, and people are like, oh man, it's amazing they're defending themselves. They shouldn't have to.
They shouldn't have to. I don't think anyone's disagreeing with that. But listen, if Russia's gonna
leave it there,
if Russia's gonna invade, and Ukraine's like, fuck that, we're not gonna go down without a fight.
How many of these people you think are down to do this though?
The Ukrainians?
Yeah.
Well, it seems to be that everyone's on board with defending
supposedly
from Russia.
The thing is, they were not letting 19 to 60-year-old men leave the country because they were asked to defend the nation.
Yes.
Now what?
Now what? What do I think that's right?
Yeah.
I think that if you don't want to stay and fight, you should be allowed to desert your nation.
Desert your nation.
What else would you call it?
I mean, man, what the hell? I don't need to do this shit.
Listen, clearly you have no nationalism in your blood.
Yeah, no.
And nationalism is usually a bad thing.
Yes.
But if Canada decides to be like, we're invading America, I'm not going to be like, well, I'm a pacifist, so come on down and I'll do whatever you want me to do.
I'll be in Mexico.
It seems that the Ukrainians actually have something to fight for, that they're uniting as a people, and they're like, we're not going to go quietly. Whereas Russia, hold on. Right. The Russian soldiers, it seems, they don't want to do this. They're being fucking forced by a dictator.
Yeah, sure.
And at the end of the day, war's bad, but like, everyone on both sides, really, they just want to go to work and then they want to go home and have dinner with their family.
Exactly.
That's what pretty much everyone on the planet wants to do. The idea that we let the governments force us into these wars and shit is awful.
Right.
But if a crazy dictator with his finger over the nuclear button is like, we're coming in, I like to see these videos of Ukrainians being like, fucking come and get me then.
Right.
I like to see these videos of a Russian warship being told to go fuck themselves
100%
by another Ukrainian ship.
Before they get blown to bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like,
Absolutely.
It feels like
before 12 people are murdered.
It feels like we have an appropriate side to root for.
I'm not saying we should not be rooting for the Ukrainians. I'm not against.
You don't want to see the hype videos.
I feel more bad for them than I do. I feel proud that they're doing this. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I feel more bad for them than.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even know if I'd say I feel proud for them. That's a weird stance to take.
There's like an admiration of the fact that they're defending their nation, and it's like, man, what a fucked up place to be in. That's the thing that I'm saying, and therefore I will be reading a poem every day. No, I'm kidding.
Until the war ends.
Until the war is over. No.
That poem.
Yeah.
The End of the Sidewalk by Shel Silverstein. Every day until you cut it out, Putin.
Poems by E.E. Cummings. Only because of the word Cummings.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest, scariest thing is just that, like,
World War III, you think it's going to happen?
I hope Putin just gets put swiftly in his place by NATO and stuff, because he's threatening nuclear warfare.
Man, that bums me out.
Dude, talk about a bummer. They're talking about nuclear warfare,
man,
bro.
My good vibes, bro.
World War III is really bumming me out.
Yeah, bro, I'm going to tell you right now, I was having a good high, and this fucking really mellowed me down.
This is gnawing my high.
Yeah, bro. I don't want to feel like this. Yeah, no, I don't.
Can we talk more about gender?
Yeah, to be honest, I'd prefer to. You know, it's
a weird time to be living in. It makes you think about, Vietnam was the first war where they would have footage on at night from like what happened.
Yeah.
And that was apparently just crazy to live through. But now we're getting like...
You see everything.
You see everything.
Yeah.
You see, I mean, like, and some of them don't even have the warnings too. That's how much video is coming out. I saw a video of like scorched earth soldiers, literally burnt to a crisp and shit.
Right.
Frozen in their positions of death. And it's like
on some Pompeii shit?
Yeah, like on some Pompeii shit. Just like... And I don't want to see that.
I always thought that was funny.
You think that's funny, but you think this is...
No, because Pompeii, man, it's like, because like everybody was like startled, and it's like, hey, man, there's a volcano happening.
Do you think... Oh, God. All right. Give me 1 second. But do you think some people in the Pompeii thing saw it coming and knew they were going to be fossilized and were like, disco fever, and just struck a pose? Do you remember when we did Zanies in Nashville?
Yeah.
That black local comic went on before us. Yeah. And I don't know if he said this joke because it was in the repertoire or if he did this joke because 2 New York City comedians were in town for the night.
Sure.
But this dude goes up on stage and he goes very unprofessionally, meaning he didn't have great timing or stage presence.
Sure.
But he went up and he goes, y'all remember 9/11? you remember them people jumping off buildings?
Yeah.
He goes, don't you think one of them should have like done a backflip or something? And me and you were just in the back of the room like waiting to go up like, interesting take. Interesting take.
I'll be honest, kind of funny.
Kind of funny.
Kind of funny.
Kind of like the Pompeii thing.
Yeah. It's like when I used to say about the, and I think other people talked about this, like the Titanic, when they show people falling, like, in the movie. And my favorite part is when they hit something on the way down.
Ding!
Yeah, and they spin the other direction. Yeah, I think multiple comics have talked about it, but it is funny to me.
It is funny. And you know what? If you are going to jump off a building, see how many flips you can get on the way down. You know what I mean?
I mean, you might as well.
You might as well.
Yeah, if you wanted to find out, this would be the time.
This would be the time.
Sure. Yeah, no, to me, and I saw a video of like somebody running down the stairs and a jet flew over and sent 2 rockets down.
Oh, Jesus, I didn't see that.
I know.
It's crazy to see rockets in real-time video. Like,
yeah, dude, this is what's kind of, and that's the thing maybe why I'm sort of over the praising of these people, because I feel more sad than I do proud.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what I think is it doing it for
You're
me.
heavy-hearted over the whole thing.
Yeah, man, I'm not, listen, man, you're going to defend your country, great. I get that. But I just feel worse that these people have to do that.
Well, if you feel that bad, how do you think Pussy Riot feels? Where's Pussy Riot been this whole time?
They're in the Jets.
They were deep agents as well?
They defaulted really hard.
They're still wearing the fucking colorful ski masks.
But they're just shooting. They're firing jets into the Ukrainians.
Come on, women can't fly jets. It's not Pussy Riot.
Wouldn't it be funny if the inside of a jet it looks like a kitchen? You turn on a stove, a rocket flies.
I hope everyone's okay.
Yeah, man.
I also like. It makes me want to move to the Midwest, because if any nukes get sent to the States, it's going to be New York or L.A.
People keep thinking. Let me say something. Here's my message to President Putin. L.A. hates you more.
Yeah, Los Angeles has been talking a ton of shit.
Yeah, they just do. They do. You know, all these videos are coming out of it.
All those gay memes of you, L.A.
Absolutely L.A.
Yep.
All right, all those things where they make fun of you for riding a bear. L.A.
Yeah, if California fell into the ocean, I'd get over it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. If you ever thought where the hate's coming from,
L.A.
Yeah, that's it. Here on the East Coast, I'm not saying we think highly.
We got pierogies.
Yeah, but we're certainly not creating memes.
Yeah, we're not mean
here.
people. It's too cold. You know what that's like.
You know exactly.
You know what it's like when you're trying to keep an entire.
Do you really want to destroy a place that has a climate that you are familiar with?
Yeah.
Come
on, Putin. Come on.
Cali's closer. for a reason.
It is closer too. Yeah.
That's what actually gave me a little bit of comfort.
Okay, good. That is actually
Right.
I mean, New York is certainly the hub of the world. I was thinking about that too on the way over, where it's like, what about Hong Kong? What about London? It's like, no, it's New York City.
Absolutely.
Men in Black, the aliens came to New York City. It's
yeah.
New York City.
That's such a weird one to weigh that New York City's an important place.
Listen, Men in Black never went to L.A., never went to Chicago.
That's true.
They went to New York City.
They never hit the second city for a reason.
Oh, but also, I'm out in I got to look it up now, and I've looked it up before. But like, if a nuclear bomb went off in Manhattan proper, how far out you have to be like okay, even for the nuclear fallout. I mean, because that's the thing. Nuclear bombs have gone off in the world plenty of times. They've tested them.
Sure.
But they do them in the desert. They do them out at sea.
Right.
What's the radius looking like? Or do I need to hop into an old refrigerator like Indiana Jones? I got an old fridge in my backyard. I'm just waiting for those nuclear sirens.
You're in a Maytag.
The light's off. It's dark in here. I forgot to put.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I was selling fridges, this would be immediately what I'm talking about. But I'm going to tell you right now, on the Kenmore, the shelves come out real easy.
Real easy? So slide right in?
Yeah, exactly. You could get you, your pet, and maybe a loved one.
How far underground do you have to be to not suffer? I mean, I know then you got to wait for the wind to blow all the radiation away, but
I think you'd starve to death by the time that's done, right? It's like a month.
No, I got a good reservoir of fat on this body. I'll be all right.
Absolutely, you'll be
as long as I got water.
Yeah. That should be an easy find. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just hope it doesn't get to that place. Yeah, that's all I'm hoping for.
Luckily, we have a strong, sentient president in place in the United States right now. Young and full of vigor.
Spry. You want a spry man at the office, you know? Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do. Man, I don't know. Hopefully people are all right. I want to do this real quick. Top 5 cities that have been tuning in. We've got Chicago tuning in.
Hey,
there we go.
Chi-Town.
Yeah, the old Chi-Town.
No one's nuking you. No one cares.
Yeah, nobody's getting
Second
there.
city.
But we're coming. We're coming to bomb. No, what's the thing called? Toronto, L.A., Sydney.
Sydney.
Yeah. Long Island as well. Top 5 countries: Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, and France.
France. We didn't shit on them at all.
No,
good for you, French.
I've got no bits looking down on them whatsoever. So we got that going. What am I going to say? Also, dates: March 5th.
Me and
you, Colchester, Connecticut. We'll be doing a gig out there. So if you guys are in Connecticut, any listeners in Connecticut, feel free to hit me up. Let me, I can see what I could do in terms of getting some discounted tickets. We're doing a tour in April that's being worked on right now. So far, confirmed cities are Asheville, Fort Worth,
Louisville.
Fort
Worth is Texas.
Yeah, you're right.
We're not going to Texas.
Nowhere near there. Right. All right. So we got Louisville, Asheville, and Richmond, I believe.
Richmond, Virginia, and also Pittsburgh, PA.
Right. So those are confirmed. If you're listening in on that.
We should be doing a Long Island date. I'm going to try to get a co-headline.
We'll figure it out. What do you got to
plug? Dennis Rooney 7 on Instagram. That's where you can find all my stuff. And check out the other podcast I do, Netflix Book Club.
Right.
Which Netflix is coming out with a show called Netflix Book Club.
I'm sure.
So it's time to go to court finally.
I'm sure. Your Honor, I have a fledgling podcast.
Your Honor, this first episode came out 7 years ago.
I just want you to... No. It doesn't matter how many listeners. It doesn't
matter.
Yeah.
I was there first.
I'm just going to say I put those words together. All day KCA for all the social media stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And as always, meet me outside.